Leo the lion was excited. He'd been dreaming about this trip for months, imagining all the fun rides and delicious treats he would enjoy. The thought of meeting his favorite characters made his heart race with joy. Lola the leopard was excited. She couldn't wait to explore the magical kingdom and take pictures with all the princesses. She had even made a list of all the attractions she wanted to visit first. Even Larry the lazy lion was excited. Though he usually preferred lounging around, the idea of a grand adventure filled him with a rare burst of energy. He was looking forward to the parades and fireworks. They were going to Disneyland. The friends had been planning this trip for ages, saving up and counting down the days. The excitement was palpable as they stood outside the airport, ready for their journey. They had come all the way from Africa. Their journey had started in the vast savannas where they had bid farewell to their families and friends. It was a bittersweet moment, but the promise of Disneyland kept their spirits high. It was a long way, but worth it. They traveled through various landscapes, each more beautiful than the last. The anticipation grew with every mile they covered, knowing they were getting closer to their dream destination. They had packed their best clothes. Each friend had carefully chosen their outfits, wanting to look their best for the magical adventure ahead. They had packed everything from casual wear to fancy costumes. Leo wore his Hawaiian shirt. He thought it was perfect for the sunny weather and the fun atmosphere of Disneyland. He felt like a true tourist, ready to explore every corner of the park. Lola put on her polka dot dress. She loved how it twirled when she spun around, and she knew it would look great in all the photos she planned to take. She felt like a princess already. Larry? Well, Larry wore his pajamas. He believed in comfort over style and figured he could always buy a souvenir t-shirt once they arrived. His friends laughed, but admired his laid-back attitude. The friends hopped on a big airplane, and it was the first time flying for some of them, and the experience was thrilling. They marveled at the size of the aircraft and the view from the windows as they took off. They flew across the ocean. The vast blue waters stretched out below them, and they couldn't help but feel a sense of wonder. It was a long flight, but they kept each other entertained with stories and games. They saw fluffy clouds and tiny islands. The view from the airplane was breathtaking, with fluffy clouds that looked like cotton candy and tiny islands dotting the ocean. It was a sight they would never forget. Finally, they landed in California. Disneyland, here they come. The excitement reached its peak as they stepped off the plane, ready to embark on the adventure of a lifetime. The magical kingdom awaited them, and they couldn't wait to explore every inch of it. First stop, Adventureland. Leo loved the jungle cruise. Look, a hippopotamus, he roared. Lola rolled her eyes. Larry yawned. Next up, the Indiana Jones ride. The jeep bumped and swerved. Leo laughed. Lola held on tight. Larry almost fell asleep. After all that excitement, they needed a treat. Leo got a giant ice cream cone. Lola sipped on a fruit juice. Larry? He ate Leo's ice cream when he wasn't looking. Fantasyland was Lola's favorite place in the entire world. Every time she stepped through the gates, her eyes would light up with excitement and wonder. The magic of the place was simply irresistible to her. She loved meeting all the princesses. Each one had a unique story and a beautiful dress that Lola admired. She would spend hours talking to them, asking questions about their adventures. She even had tea with Alice in Wonderland. It was a whimsical experience, complete with tiny teacups and delicious cookies. Lola felt like she was part of the story. Leo, on the other hand, liked riding the spinning teacups. The faster they spun, the louder he laughed. It was his favorite ride in all of Fantasyland. He spun so fast he got dizzy. Lola giggled at him, finding his wobbly walk hilarious. It was moments like these that made their trips to Fantasyland unforgettable. Even Larry, who was usually serious, cracked a smile. The joy and laughter were contagious, and it was impossible not to get caught up in the fun. They went on a magical journey with Peter Pan. The ride took them through scenes from the beloved story, making them feel like they were flying alongside Peter and his friends. They flew over London at night, the city lights twinkling below them. It was a breathtaking sight that left them in awe. Lola pretended to be Wendy, imagining herself on an adventure in Neverland. She loved the idea of flying and exploring new worlds. Leo pretended to be a lost boy, always ready for fun and mischief. He enjoyed the freedom and excitement of the role. Larry pretended to be asleep, but everyone knew he was just resting his eyes. The magic of Fantasyland had a way of making even the most tired feel rejuvenated. Section 4. The case of the missing popcorn. It was time for the parade. The air was filled with excitement as colorful floats and beloved characters danced down the street. Families and friends gathered, their faces lit up with joy and anticipation. Leo bought a big bucket of popcorn to share. The buttery aroma wafted through the air, making everyone's mouth water. It was the perfect snack to enjoy while watching the parade, but when they turned around, it was gone. Where could it be? They looked up, they looked down, they even checked under the benches. Then they saw him. A cheeky monkey was sitting on a lamppost, and guess what? He had the popcorn bucket in his tiny hands. He was munching on their popcorn. The little rascal seemed to be thoroughly enjoying his stolen treat, oblivious to the commotion he had caused. Leo roared in frustration. Lola gasped in surprise. How could this happen in the happiest place on earth? Larry? Well, Larry just wanted his popcorn back. He reached out, hoping the monkey would return it. The monkey threw down a few pieces and scurried away. It was as if he was saying, "Here, have a little, but the rest is mine." At least they got to taste some. They laughed and shared the few pieces they had, making the best of the situation. After all, it was a day to remember. Section 5. A magical day to remember. As the fireworks lit up the sky, Leo, Lola and Larry smiled. What a wonderful day. They rode exciting rides, they met amazing characters, they even shared popcorn with a mischievous monkey. Disneyland was truly magical. They couldn't wait to come back again. But first they needed a good night's sleep, especially Larry.